Hi everyone, welcome back to the Portugal series. Today is the day of the anniversary. We've now nearly pretty much finished getting ready.
Yeah.
We got ice on the breeze.
I'm the
nice
nice guy.
got the right body and the right mind. And we're matching. We do a matchy. We're looking cute. And yeah, we're basically just waiting for the other people that are coming to arrive. I think there's supposed to be about 15 of us. I don't know.
I just thought it was gonna be us.
Yeah, to be honest, same. Like, the more people keep coming, the more we're just like, you're here too? But we've got a fun night ahead of us. So you excited?
Yes.
Because I'm excited too.
Good.
Great. San, you want to say something?
How is a child when you make
at the center of it all, from beginning to the end, it'll always be, it's always been you, Jesus, nothing else matters, nothing in this world will do. Jesus, you're the center. Everything revolves around you. Jesus, you.
lockdowns, not seeing loved ones, not being able to, gather together, not being able to, interact with each other. We're very, very lucky to be alive. Some of us have, lost loved ones, but we are very lucky to be alive today and to share 25 years of a beautiful, marriage between Grace and Paul. And Grace is elaborate, as you can see, guys. Even for 15 people, Grace is just amazingly elaborate. And to be honest, yesterday I was thinking, you know what? I've been locked up for 18 months, and I'm gonna party tomorrow.
Who is like you, God, that you have made me see?
So, the reason for today, as you all know, is to give thanks to God for taking us through 25 years of marriage. We've been together. We met in 1994. That makes it how many years? 26? Oh, 27. Yeah. But our story started, well, at least for me, it started when I was 15. I was in school and Paul came, and he was a few years older than me. He came as our choir leader, and I had a crush on him. I had a crush on Paul. But he was so serious. He was one of these very serious people. And to be honest, I was quite young as well. And I thought, I had a crush. And I remember praying to God that these feelings go away because it wasn't the right time for me. And I just thought, in fact, at that time, I thought they were wrong feelings. I was a bit confused. But I think I kind of still remained interested in him because I remember when I was doing my O-levels about 2 years later, we were with a group of friends and we were talking, and we were asking each other what kind of guys would marry. Everyone said, oh, I'd marry a guy like Denzel Washington, I'd marry a guy like Eddie Murphy. I said I'd marry a guy like Paul. You know, but at that time I was literally just saying I'd marry a guy like Paul.
Then you stuck in him like for the 2 years, secretly.
Exactly.
What took me so long?
We meet again in England. That would have been about how many? 4 years later or 5 years later. We meet again in England, 1994. We met at a wedding. I sat in front of Paul, and then after the service, he needed a lift to the reception. Dad organized a lift for us to sit in the same car somehow. It was just by coincidence.
Innocently.
Yeah,
That's
right, great.
We took this ride from the reception, from the wedding ceremony to the reception. It was a 2-hour ride. So Paul and I sat together talking. You know, we got to the reception, just started talking, and yeah, we've never stopped since then.
Seeing as you've brought it that far, taken us all the way back, let me also try and take us back all the way back. So at a point in my life, maybe in my teenage years, I decided that I was going to reserve the words, I love you, for as long as it was in my power to, would be the girl that I would marry. I really reserved those words until finally Grace came along, and I was very scared to tell her because I didn't want to break a vow that I'd given myself, because I didn't want to be one of those that used the word the wrong way, as long as it was in my power, because sometimes things happen and things don't happen like you intended them to be. The first time I told Grace, I actually told her that I think I like you.
And I replied, I like you too.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I just do here? But then the days ticked along until finally I said I loved her. And it's never been the same. 25 years, amazing. The beautiful children that God's given us. Tendo, Sanyu, Subi, Mirembe. Yes, you too, Mirembe. I just wouldn't swap anything else for this. I've been blessed to have you as my wife for the last 25 years. And how much more can I say other than I'll continue to love you even more and more until death do us part.
Amen.
Amen.
No, it's been such a blessing being married to you, Paul. You're a very kind and loving person. Paul will go the extra mile to be there for you. When I was doing my pharmacy degree, Paul drove me to school every single day. He drove me to school, and that was quite challenging because in my first year I got pregnant with Subi. So I had her in the August of my first year, but Paul was extremely supportive, and even going for the course itself, it was when we were married, but I had this dream to pursue. You supported me through that, you enabled me to achieve that dream. Not just that dream, so many other dreams we've achieved together. I thank God that He's enabled us to work together, to work as a team, to be there for each other. Even with the crazy things that I like to do, like today. Paul will just go with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you, Paul.
Yes, before we do the next thing, we continue, of course, of sharing the moments that love stood out between the two of us. And for me, one of the moments that comes back in my mind is a time when I thought I was strong and fit, and then just in one moment my life turned around. You know, when you say through health and sickness till death do us part, many times we live through the health bit, but we never quite experienced the sickness bit. So like for me, the sickness bit was when yes, she was pregnant with Subi, like 20 odd years. Then suddenly my lungs began to give way. I caught an infection. Suddenly my life just turned around to a point that I couldn't walk, I could barely breathe. I was taken to hospital, I was hospitalized. I couldn't walk like from 5 meters, just from here up to there, I'd be panting. I had like 70-60% lung functionality, but she was there. You were there.
Come on, Greg.
Yes, still pregnant, but still in love. And that moment I've experienced what it meant to actually not be able to do anything, but then still have someone by your side who still loved you. So these moments come up, and there are moments sometimes you take for granted because not many times we have the misfortune of losing things that we have. Sometimes it's the money, sometimes the health. But she was there. She was there when you were there when I didn't have anything. You were there when we couldn't afford the rent, and we started off on a mattress in a house. And everyone could almost see that, wow, these guys, how could they get married and they weren't ready? But for us, all we could see was ourselves. And I also want to celebrate Cynthia, because in those moments,
I'm telling you,
the first moment we had a room to ourselves was when Cynthia had a spare room in her house, and she hosted us. You know what it means to have two pregnant women in the same house? Tender.
is that why the two are so? And the funny thing is, she was my birth partner when she's like 8 months pregnant.
And Tender came on my birthday.
Exactly.
It's great to have friends. It's really, really great to have friends. And friends are not people who are necessarily better than you. You know, just having someone that you can pick up the phone to and say, you know, I'm in trouble. You know, these are people that we sometimes don't celebrate. So I really want to celebrate that. I want to celebrate everyone that's here. Life just has its way of bringing in people at the right time. And it's these moments that make relationships what they are. So, yeah, hurrah! Thank you. So I'm going to ask my best man to do this again. Because 25 years ago, my darling, I put a ring on your finger.
Hello.
I got to do it again.
Oh,
Oh, the wrong one. Oh, you should have this one. All right, we swap, right? My darling. You press the button. Do the honors. Absolutely, I'm gonna take the honors. Get on bended knee and say, roses are red, violets are blue, the sky is blue, the rainbow has got all kind of colors in it. Yesterday you gained battle in vain. Red, orange, yellow.
Honestly.
But your color is unique, my darling. I just want to say I love you. And I commit the rest of my life to you. Yet again. Would I do different? Oh no. You've been amazing. And it's an honor to put this ring on your finger. Yet again. Yep, it did fit. She's mine. Did I see a second box?
another
box.
Hey.
I wasn't expecting one. There you go.
Honey,
Oh wow.
I just want to thank God for you.
Oh, the same colors.
And to say that I can never
you
regret the
taking
last
notes?
25 years. And I'm looking forward to the over 60 years that God is going to give us.
Yes.
And I thank God for the amazing and great opportunity that I have to be able to spend the rest of my life with you.
Amen.
I'm forever grateful to God. I love you and I appreciate you, and I'm giving you this token to let you know. Mark.
Engraved.
Engraved, that's what I wanted to say. Engraved with 25 years of marriage. Glory to God.
Oh wow.
The video can't take there.
Exactly.
Cameraman.
Forever, and it's by Jonathan Nelson. And it's just a song that expresses love, and so we hope that you enjoy it.
Forever is a long time. That's how long I'll love you. That's how long I'll love you. Forever. Forever is That's how long I'll love you. That's how long I'll love you. Forever. Because forever is a long time. That's how long I'll love you. That's how long I'll love you. Forever. Forever is a long time. That's how long I'll love you. That's how long I'll love you. Forever. Because forever is a long time. That's how long I'll love you. That's how long I'll love you.
Best line tender.
Forever. Forever is a long time. That's how long I love you. That's how long I love you. Forever. Thank you.
You so much.
Thank you so much.
It's the yummy cake.
It's got a yummy cake.
It was a cake and then the daddy and mommy birthday anniversary. Then it's the good. Ali's happy.
You're happy.
Ali's sunny and Sylvia then daddy and mommy, Anya and Chelsea. Then it is a opposite cake.
Thank you. Can you sing the song to Tender as first?
Yes, 얼마나 네가 어사글라지사 대바자 어로거지.
Thank you. Well done. You can sit down.
Lovely. Well done, Linda.
I guess it's me now.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, thank you everyone for coming. People that have travelled from wherever you come from. Really appreciate you guys being here and celebrating this moment with us as a family. I know that my mum had planned for us to be in Uganda during this time, having a much larger celebration, but I think the fact that we all get to be here today and still celebrate together with people that mean a lot to us is still something that we're all really appreciative of. So yeah, thank you guys. It's funny because I was with one of my friend's mums and I've been spending a lot of time with them and they were asking more about the Ugandan culture, and so I was telling them that my parents were celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary and the fact that my mum had gotten new rings, and so she just interpreted it as this is a Ugandan thing, but I was just like, no, my mum just wants new rings. That's literally it. It's not a cultural thing at all. Yeah.
Guilty.
So there's an African proverb that I found that says, if you want to go far together, no, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think as their eldest son, the thing that I've admired most about their relationship is their unity and the fact that they've done everything together. As my mum said, my dad's always supported my mum and the things that she's wanted to do, and as well with my dad as well. I guess because I'm their child, and I guess this is an environment that they've brought me up in, it can be quite easy for me to just take a lot of that for granted, but I think it's good to be able to actually sit back and reflect on the things that we've experienced, the things that we have in our lives that we can be grateful for. Recently, obviously, me and my siblings, well, my two older siblings, we're in our 20s, and it's around that sort of time where family members start talking about marriage and who's going to be with who and something like that. And it's been interesting, so far, I guess, being in this stage of our lives, because you'll get family members that say, oh, you need to be with Ugandan, we've raised you up with all these Ugandan girls, you guys should now be talking, all this sort of stuff. And that hasn't been the case. We'll see what happens. But I guess one of the arguments that they put forward is that if you're from the same culture, then it's easier to get along, etc. But I think just because that is the case, just because you're from the same culture as someone, doesn't mean that there isn't still a need to collaborate and compromise in that relationship. They're still very vital parts of like any relationship, whether you're from the same culture or not. And going back to the unity that my parents have shown, I've always been fascinated at how much foresight they've had in their relationship. And obviously as I've gotten older, I've been able to appreciate some of the decisions that they made, because you guys were quite young when you got married. Mum, you were like 22, 23, and Dad was like 26. So I guess me being 23 now, it's like I'm not too far off where they were at, and like considering some of the decisions that they were making, and if I had to make those decisions now, like what that would look like for me. But they knew how many kids they wanted, they knew what their names were going to be, the schools they were going to be at, they knew what type of jobs they wanted to have.
You had all your names before you were born.
And as much as like one could look at that and it seems like really romantic and quite rosy, there are also different challenges that like you face going through that. Obviously through raising us, there were different challenges that they faced, with Mirembe being born and her having Down syndrome and having to navigate that as a family, even with my dad and his jobs. At one point he was made redundant and having to work through that together. They're all different challenges that one can face like in a 25-year like time span of a marriage. But I think the fact that they've been unified in everything that they've tried to do together, I think that's one of the main things that has helped keep them, and to a point where we can celebrate together 25 years with our friends and family out in Portugal. And there's an analogy that one of my uncles gave to me when it comes to relationships, and he said that the most important thing to do is to just tend to your garden and not spend time looking over the fence at what other people have in their gardens, because you'll just start developing weeds, and your garden is not going to be looking as good as theirs if you're just peeping over the fence the whole time. And I think with their marriage, that's just what they've done constantly, just continue to tend to what they have, continue to support each other where they could. And yeah, I'm just grateful for the fact that I have parents who have set that example. And yeah, it's really great to be here and to have one of you here, so thank you for coming.
Awesome.
That is my godson.
I don't know if anyone expected this, but I'm sure that none of us did. And only by the grace of God, I don't want to say by the grace of grace, because that probably sounds you know, only grace can pull something like this off.
100%.
I appreciate you guys as well, myself and Anya. We really appreciate you guys inviting us here today. As a family, even with the kids, we all know our limits. I wouldn't say we get on 100%, but everyone knows that, okay, you know what? Leave it there. So I just wanted to say that, and I really appreciate that about all of us together. I thank God for you guys that whenever I'm with Grace, it was God's gonna get us there. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna make it praying. I don't know how to put it. A praying family, or together family, or family that works with God. We need to work with Anya towards this, but it's working really, really well. And I don't know how anyone could have pulled this off unless they had God behind them. So it looks beautiful. It's an amazing day. Everything is perfect. And I thank God for today. I don't think anything would have happened today without God's helping hand, because there were just obstacles all the way through.
Amen.
Amen.
She's mine.
The ceremony's finished, so now we're just gonna eat some food and enjoy the rest of the evening. But it was really cute, right, Anya? Right?
It was good. It was
so
fun.
cute.
making sure none of my daughters pick this bouquet.
Let's go! Wait,
Mom, why'd you throw it? You haven't throw it yet. No one's ready. Why'd you throw it yet? Hey! Alright. God, Isabel, we see you. Grab that. Yeah! Sanya's next. Sanya's next.
Hey! Gratitude is a must. Yeah. Blessings fall from me right hand. Come to me. Everybody come to me. You have to dance. No, it's just music video. What's that and 7-Up? Wow. This is not cold. Why did she? Live show, come on. Hey, go tender.
Oh,
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, Sunny, do this.
Oh my God.
Cheers.
Right.
Till again, like Jeffrey getting the video as well. Oh my gosh. Guys, I would do like an outro showing our faces and stuff, but right now we all look like a mess. So this is Anya's hand and my hand, and we are just saying goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment whatever you want down below. Maybe say hi or happy anniversary. Say happy anniversary to my parents. Even though this video is going up really late, so the anniversary would have passed. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of the Portugal series. Bye.